Okay, so here we have our 9 graphics, our PHP files, and our style.css. Now what we want to do is create your basic interface for each dimension of the screen width. Let's go back to the zoo and the button that says responsive interface. Now what we do here is you'll first of all notice that in the index the container is already created for you, so you don't have to have a div for the container. In fact, the code that this is going to generate for you will go within the opening container tag and the closing. So this is going to be 960. This will be our 960 width. Our maximum is, what is the maximum width that people will be able to look. So when you fix this, every screen that is between 960 pixels wide and 3000 will have certain CSS applied to it. So the first div, we're going to call it a header, and because it is going to go completely across the screen, it's going to be 960 pixels. See, minimum 960 here, and because it's going to be the header div, I'm going to check the H. Then we're going to have the left bar. The left bar is going to be 3 of those columns. You can get to a new Musu window by clicking new, so you don't disturb what you're doing there. So if we go to 12 column sizes and do 960, it'll do all the calculation for you. We can know that it's going to be we know it's going to be 3 grids for the left bar, because that's what we created in Photoshop. So it's 240 pixels. So our left bar will be 240 pixels. Now, because we have 12 columns and we've used 3 here, let's do a content area. We're going to create another div called content. So how many pixels is left? Well, if we use 3, that means that there's 9 grids left, which will be 720 pixels. So we go over here, and so this content area will be 720. So anytime you have 2 divs next to each other, the columns have to equal 12 and the pixels have to equal whatever the width is. So 720 plus 240 is 960. Then we want to do the footer. The footer, and that's going to go all the way across, so that'll be 960 pixels. And because it's the footer, I will click the F for footer. Okay, I'll double check it, make sure everything is great, all lowercase, everything adds up. And this creates the code for your responsive design. So you take everything that is in red and you highlight it and you copy it and you go to Dreamweaver to your styles folder, and paste it after the rest of the code. So there it is. So this is saying the media screen and width, everything between 960 pixels and 3000 pixels as far as the device that people are looking at. So if their device is between 960 and 3000 pixels, this is the CSS that will apply. So you just delete the ones that you don't need and you save it. Now go back to the zoo and you'll see that this says place this code in the container div. So I just grab the pertinent divs. These aren't used here because we only have the 4 divs. We copy it and we go to the index and we find a container div, which is right here, and we paste that new code there. So that's your index file. I'm going to save it. And there you have the files that you need. You have your nine graphics, your PHP, your index, which you just updated with the code for the divs, and the new styles. Now I'm going to take a chance here, and I am going to go to, I'm going to open a new browser window. I'm going to go to File, Open File. I'm going to go to my Froggy Fright, whatever that was, on the desktop. Froggy Fright. And I'm going to open up that index. And it won't work because PHPs don't work on a laptop.